Welcome back to Tokyo, Japan for the 63 and 72 kilo women here at the IPF 2019 World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships. And of course we're joined again by none other than Sheridan Ray, all the way from Great Britain, joining us in the commentary box today. What an exciting session. You've got a few lifters in this session yourself, I believe.
We have one in this group, two in the next.
And we are about 30 seconds away from getting away. And of course, none of this is possible without our great sponsors, Alico, who continually raise the bar. And we talk about Alico all the time, not just because they're sponsors, but literally because we use this equipment and we know it is the best on the planet. Uplift, bringing quality coaches and athletes together from all around the world. And of course, SBD, makers of some of the greatest lifting equipment you can get your hands on. And right now, Monica Sharma from India, opening at 40 kilograms. So we'll start off with the 63s. We've got two sessions, and then we'll roll into the 72s. So just waiting for Monica Sharma to find a way to the platform. And that's this is great experience for her at an international competition. It's one of the things about competing is not just being able to do the lifts, but getting yourself organised and coaches getting them organised to be ready to go on that platform when bar loaded is called. So opening with 40 kilograms.
Also opening
raw as well, yeah. And some tough competition in this weight category. Matilda Vilmer in there as well. She'll be looking for trying to chase some medals. Faye Jordan from Great Britain, 105.
She's feeling good in the warm-up. Let's see how it pays off.
The great Mark Giles in her corner. I was thinking about doing my hair that colour this morning.
I believe she did it especially.
It's great how some of the lifters have their own little traditional things they do for competitions.
Yeah. Come on, Faye.
It's a touch.
Yeah.
Good speed off the chair. She's had to work it, but it gets to the top.
Nice.
That should be good.
Yeah.
And it's on the board. That will feel fantastic getting that one out of the way.
It's always, especially in the equipped, it's always the opener. That's the most worrying lift. So she'll feel a bit more at ease now.
Yeah, look, I mean, that's it. It's very different than classic lifting. Yamashita from Japan now, 115 kilos on the bar. I think we might be looking at giving a few records a nudge here today. So the World Open record is 184 kilograms in the junior, 157.5. And the Masters, 180.5. Nice soft touch, good speed.
Strong press.
Well, let's have a look and see what they say. 3 white lights. Agnieszka from Poland, 115 as well.
Something that I noticed back in the warm-up room, there was other nations filming other nations' warm-ups. So super tactics going on.
Trying to get every edge they can. Yeah, there's a number of teams will put people throughout the year to keep an eye on people's Instagram accounts. Gathering as much information as they can.
Surprising how many friend requests and following requests you get just before a large competition. Obviously, you don't accept any of them until afterwards.
all of a sudden you're getting random requests from Eastern European nations.
Exactly, yeah.
Maria Akka from Finland, 120. And Anna Bijavaya is opening at a monster 170 kilograms.
She's been doing a lot of extra work in the warm-up room.
There are going to be some big lifts here today. Nice touch.
Very strong press.
And it's a good lift.
Knows how to work the shirt.
And 122.5 goes on the bar. A Ruth Hole from Norway. $122.5 kilograms on the bar. Works it hard to the chest. A little bit of a stagger through the middle, but I think it's okay. She gets 2 whites.
I think she got penalised for a little bit of downward movement there.
Yeah, quite possibly from the front ref there. So we have 3 referees for a reason, and they see the lift from 3 different angles. Lynn Helen Solbakken from Norway now, 130 kilograms as well. So far, getting through all these opening lifts. And this is going to heat up to be a pretty exciting session, I think. We're watching the juniors and the sub-juniors yesterday, and the women in particular. They were just such great technicians on the bench. Quite incredible to watch. And this group is no exception. Really having to work that down. She gets it to the top, but let's see what the referees say.
Yeah, a little bit downward
see on
movement.
the right-hand side there. She got great speed off the chest, but her right hand was just a little bit slower. Bianca Weinreuther from Austria now, 135. And 135 kilograms on the bar, opening at an equal personal best. I've seen a few athletes do that this week, and it's come back to haunt them. Well, let's hope it's not the case for Bianca. Really dragging it down.
Working hard. Oh, I think she's going to come.
And I think she struggled to get that one up the top there. And it is. It's 3 red lights. So Matilda Vilmar from Sweden, 140, has had a very busy week already. So looking for 140. And her game plan, I would imagine, is just to put some numbers on the board to start with and see what happens to everyone else.
An intensive coach in the corner for her. Shouting out instructions.
And I think that's a great thing with powerlifting too, that the coaches are able to stand quite near to the platform and provide some verbal cues.
which are quite key with some lifters.
It looks like a good lift.
Strong.
Very, very good lift. 3 white lights. Yeah, those verbal cues can be a really important thing. You know, you get out there on the platform, all the lights, the cameras, and it's very easy to
forget everything.
Yeah, forget everything. You put the weight in your hand, and all of a sudden, what am I supposed to do with this?
Here we go, opening up on a world record.
World AM2 record opening lift. 157.5 for Mayumi Kitamura from Japan. So a credit to the sport. 52 years of age, opening with a world masters record and competing competitively here in the open class.
Very much so.
So her 157, she puts out on the board. That is the 3rd highest opening lift. Gives us all fresh hope that we can continue to compete for many years to come. She manages to get that grip so wide.
Don't think she had much problem with that.
No, that should be a good lift, and it is. That's a world record right there. First round of the session, and she gets a world record. So 165 goes on the bar now for Larissa.
That'd be quite a nice feeling to go into the 2nd round with.
Oh, absolutely. You've already got a world record on the board. Gives you some real confidence, gets the adrenaline running a little bit.
Ukrainians with another quality lifter.
And Larissa is quite an amazing lifter. 22 years experience. She's opening at 165. Now the Masters 1 record is 180.5. Nice touch. Very, very smooth. That was an absolute textbook demonstration
nice
with a quick lift. Anna Zhevaya from Russia now, 170 kilograms. Another big opening lift. $170 and another fantastic lifter to watch. Gets right up on those shoulders. You can see her really trying to get those shoulders under as far as she can.
Very, very wide stance.
Using the wide stance there to try and improve stability. Nice touch. Oh, an easy opening lift at 170. 3 white lights. We just had 2 or 3 demonstrations of great equipped lifting in a row. They're taking us to school today. Monica Sharma now for her 2nd lift at 50 kilograms. Absolutely fantastic. We're both sitting here watching to see what she puts in for her 2nd and whether she comes out with a shirt.
Yeah.
It'll be the 2nd time today.
My bet is she doesn't. Although that's quite a big jump.
Yeah, 40 to 50 kilos is a big jump for a female lifter.
She has got a shirt on.
Yeah, so she's put the shirt on. So she opened at 40 kilos, which was her personal best. Now putting the shirt on to go for 50. So using that technique of finishing her warm-up on the platform with her first lift. Now she knows she's got it on the board and she can have a bit of a play. Quite synonymous with the Indian lifters, very flat. She's got really good speed off the chest.
Very wide, very narrow grip. Makes it quite hard when the shirt runs out.
And we've seen quite a few of the Indian lifters having that very narrow grip. and having to move the bar such a long way.
I don't think it complements equipped lifting.
Yeah, I think in your classic lifting, if you're strong in that tricep region, then it can be a bit of an advantage, but equipped lifting.
Tend to find a lot of Americans are quite narrow in the pressing.
Right now, Faye Jordan, Great Britain, 110 kilograms. Got a very good setup. Gets it there.
Come on,
wow, what determination.
There you go.
Great lift.
Maximum effort, deserves that.
Didn't get the best line off her chest, but then managed to get it back in line. And absolute determination. That was a fantastic lift. 122.5 for Aya Yamashita from Japan now. $122.5. She had a good opening lift at 115. Oh, and she gets it, got a bit wobbly, but it was just after the press call, so she'll get away with it. And I think that red card.
I think they're being called for the feet.
Yeah.
Because, you know, personal opinion, I don't think I'd have given them a start signal on that, because a couple of the heels look a little bit raised to me.
One foot not quite down properly. Maria Lenin from Finland now, 125. She's got a 125.5 on her books. So she's got a record on her books.
Just underneath the record.
It's a nice touch. And gets it back to the top. And 2 white lights and it's on the board. And now Agnieszka from Poland with 125.
They don't seem to like it. If it's not smooth, you seem to automatically get a downward movement.
Yeah, and it's a difficult one and difficult for referees, because the bar doesn't have to be coming up smoothly. It can stop. It can come up a little bit uneven. It really depends on the observation of the referee.
It's all in the eye of the beholder, as they say. Everybody sees it differently.
That looks like a solid lift. And it is. Yeah, and the great thing is, I mean, the way the IPF is set up with the refereeing system is that we have the 3 referees on the platform, and then we have a jury panel and coaches. If they disagree,
and the book cam. Don't forget the book cam.
Yeah, and we can have it reviewed by the jury. And we do see occasionally a lift overturned, and it's at no fault of the referees.
No, it's what they see at the time, isn't it?
Ruth Hole, 127.5. Oh, and it's just a bit too much. Great catch from the spotters. They were on the ball there. And Lynn Helen Solbakken from Norway, 130, who missed this on her opener. And she's looking to rectify that now. $130 kilograms. She looked like she locked that right-hand side out that time. Let's wait and see. And she gets it on the board.
I think that's possibly feet again. The girls, again, a really wide grip. It's all down to wrist mobility. This really wide foot stance, obviously it's down to ankle mobility. Very difficult to get your foot flat when you're like that.
Bianca from Austria now, 135. Right on her personal best. I see Faye Jordan put in 115. Was that her plan?
Yeah, that'll be a PB for Faye if she gets that. That'll be a hometown and an international PB,
fantastic.
obviously.
So 135 now. Drags it down to her chest, gets a nice light touch. Ooh. And it's just a little bit too much. Let's see it start
Just
to
gets
drop
outside
there.
that groove and it's gone.
Matilda Wilma from Sweden now, 157.5. So right on the world junior record.
She can't chip it because she's competing in an open category.
Because she's opening, because she's in an open category.
Yeah.
She can only go for 2.5, so you might be sitting at home thinking, why doesn't she go 157.8? But she'd actually have to go 160.
Yeah.
So 157.5. And I think it's a smart number too. You can just then put in a number for her third lift and wait and see what happens with other lifters. Gets it to her chest, nice touch. And that should go on the board.
Yeah,
and it
very
is.
strong.
So we'll be watching to see what she puts in next. So now for a World Masters 2 record again, Kitamura from Japan. She already set the record at 157.5 and now wants 165. She's taking a big jump.
Confident moves going on.
Well, her 157.5 was like lightning. So now wants 165. Not a bad way to start your day in a competition with a world record.
Keeps her in the running for the medals as well.
Yeah,
With her
this
being
is-
slightly heavier than the Swedish girl.
So not just a record, it's a fairly important lift. Gets a quick start, which is always good. Ah, they are just flying up today, and it's 3 white lights. That was faster than her opener, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Growing in confidence. I wonder
Wow.
where she's going to go from there.
So we'll go to 175 for Larissa Solovyova from the Ukraine. And
Judging by her opener, she shouldn't have too many problems with this.
yeah, this is going to be a nice little battle between her and Verzhevaya from Russia. They're both looking at 175 for their second. And Verzhevaya is a little bit lighter. So there's a little bit of an advantage there. Oh, she's having to work, but she gets it back to the top. Should be a good lift, and it is.
Very strong, obviously a little bit of work there, but looks as though she got
Still
a bit
got
more
some
there.
room to move. Anna Verzhevaya from Russia now, 175. Opened well on 170. And making the smart move here, not jumping too much. She's just going to watch and wait. And Solovyova has just put in her third attempt at 185. So
she's got
wants
lot
a crack
number
at that.
and body weight, so she's in a good position. I'd imagine she's just going to match the Ukrainians' lift throughout, play it smart.
Yeah, and Solovyova has put in for a world record attempt in her third. Very, very wide stance. Oh, look at that. That was, not only was it fast, that was her best ever lift. And she hits a 175 with ease. She's going to be hard to beat. So Monica Sharma now with a third attempt. She'll be looking at trying to get that 50 kilograms on the board. A great experience for her. And
What do you reckon, 185 she going to put in?
I think she'll put in at 185.
Be a smart
That'll
move.
give her a placeholder.
You can see a couple of changes coming in just before.
Yeah, we'll see some jostling around, and there
There
it is.
she
She put it
goes.
in at 185. So Monica Sharma, 50 kilograms. I think this is one of the things that you really have to learn about equip benching. It takes years to really develop as an equipped
Yeah.
lifter. It's not something you can just suddenly learn to do.
But I think the Russian girl, she got something like 8 years experience.
Yeah, they start very young in the Russian powerlifting federation. They start, they've got junior development programs. Oh, she's worked hard.
Did it go down?
Let's have a look. I hope she gets it. And unfortunately downward movement, but what a fantastic effort though.
Good effort, good fight.
Faye Jordan now, Great Britain, 115 for a personal best. Yeah, nice way to finish her day.
She got a standing PB was achieved at the British in January, so this will be nice for her if she gets this one.
A fantastic way to finish her day on a 115. The guy's just cleaning out the bar, getting it ready for her. That knurling on an Alico bar is probably the most aggressive knurling you can ever wrap your hands around.
You need good grip though, with such a wide grip.
And it makes a huge difference. Those
Massive difference.
If you've ever lifted on a bar in the gym, you're listening at home and you go to your local
commercial gym,
gym,
yeah,
get your hands on
different.
Alico and feel the difference. It's an absolutely incredible experience and not just to feel the knurling, but to actually lift on an Alico bar is quite a different feeling in the lift itself. Faye Jordan, Great Britain, 115 kilograms for a personal best. Come on, Faye.
Come on, Faye, let's get this done. That's better.
Oh, nice touch, much better line. Oh, she's going to try everything she's got, but it's just a little bit too much. But what a fantastic effort. Absolutely fantastic effort there.
I think there was either a shirt change or definitely a bit of movement in the shirt, because that come down a lot easier.
It was certainly easier for her to get to her chest.
Yeah.
So we'll load to 127.5. That'll be Maria Akkalinen, sorry. 127.5 for Ruth Hull from Norway. Missed this on her second. So she missed her second attempt. Having another crack at 127.5 now.
Just seemed a little bit heavy last time. We'll see how she gets on.
Yeah, let's see if we made a few adjustments. Maybe get a little bit more speed off the chest. And let's see if she can really chase it through to the top.
Working hard.
That right hand side is just a little bit slow on her.
No.
It just makes it too hard. She just doesn't get the pace on the right hand side, and the left hand takes over.
Yeah, it was the left hand that failed her the first time. It seemed to be the right hand the second
Well,
time.
she likes to mix it up, you know, keep
Yeah,
everyone
keep it even.
guessing. Maria Akka Lenin from Finland now, 130. $130 kilograms on the bar. She's been consistent.
Her feet are like literally underneath her. She's bent double.
And there's not a lot of drive coming from the legs. And unfortunately, that's a no lift. Everyone pushing themselves to the limit on these last lifts. So 130 stays on the bar for Yamashita from Japan. So she had a good opening lift at 115, went to 122.5. Now looking for a personal best of 130 kilograms. She's been consistent. It's a bigger jump than we usually see at the end.
Strange
But
number
quite
considering
reasonably.
a position. Thought she might have just took the 127 for a PB.
Going for the 130. And just a little bit too much. I could see the side referee really having a close look at her feet there as well. So
Yeah. I think the American on the far side there, he's been quite consistent with monitoring the feet.
so they're going to something they're going to have to address in the future. 132.5. Agnieszka from Poland. And we're waiting to see the battle play out between Russia and the Ukrainian athlete.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
it's
left
just
side's
gotten a little bit crooked. She lost all her shirt power at the bottom. You just see it drop into her stomach there. Bianca Weinrother from Austria, 135, and this is a do or die lift. She hasn't registered a lift. 135. Needs all or nothing here. She is going to have to draw on every ounce of determination she has. She needs a light touch and a quick call.
Working hard.
There's the touch. And it's just a little bit too much for her today. A disappointing way to finish your day here at the World Championships. And it just goes to show anything can happen in powerlifting. So 137.5, Lynn Helen Solbakken from Norway. And this will be her best lift. She had a previous personal best of 135. Taking plenty of time, using that clock to get herself in the exact position she needs to be in.
Minute's a long time.
Yeah, when you're sitting up on that bench, it can seem like forever. There's the touch. And it's just a little too heavy today. You can see all these reds on the board. These girls just pushing themselves to the absolute
Quick
limit.
lifting.
It's fantastic to see them pushing so far. And a world junior record now, Matilda Vilma, 165.
Puts her in a good spot for a medal if she achieves this as well.
Certainly
And the Japanese lady doesn't get a third.
This will put her into third position. She's lighter than Kitamura.
I wonder if the Japanese lady will be a little bit more conservative and just come down and take a safe bronze.
Yeah,
plus obviously another third world record.
We can see Kitamura's put in a 177.5, which is a big lift. Is she willing to risk the bronze medal? She's already got the world record twice.
She'll take it again
third,
with
no matter what it is.
The Japanese coaches are monitoring by the looks.
Yeah, you can see them at the box there.
He's probably ready to put a change in.
He's got his card ready. 165 for a world junior record. And to put her into the bronze medal position. I love the respect of the crowd here. They just go absolutely silent. She's going to have to work for it if she wants it. She gets it to the top. I think it's a good lift, and it is. Two white lights.
Japanese are just putting a change in
just
now.
Put their change in. Sheridan's just been sitting here watching the lift and watching to see the Japanese put their change in, and they have.
Yeah, they're playing it safe. That's the way to go.
Dropped to 167.5, which is a very, very smart move. 167.5, it'll be another world M2 record. $167.5. World M2 record.
For the bronze medal.
It'll be a bronze medal and a world record. What a way that would be for her to finish her day here. I imagine that Vilma is waiting in the wings, biting her fingernails, just waiting to see what happens here. Actually, she's probably on the sidelines cheering her on, like most powerlifters. We have a tendency to come out and cheer the people on even when they're going to beat us.
Yeah.
$167.5. Their other list were lightning fast. And it should be a good lift. Yeah. And it is. Was it ever really in doubt?
Nah, it was a good safe move.
Yeah, very well played. And right now though, so Solovyova has dropped to 184.5 for a world record attempt. She originally had it in at 185.
That's just basically skimming off as much as you can. Unfortunately,
right.
She hasn't got body weight or pole position, so she.
That's right.
The
She
coaching
doesn't
staff
really.
are up against
She isn't really in command.
No.
Bergevaya from Russia really had the advantage there on body weight and lot number.
Silver medal's a good medal, and if she can take a world record at the same time.
And 184.5 on the bar. She is a fantastic lifter. Absolutely amazing. A great technician, is super strong. And I imagine Bergevay is there looking to see what happens. We'll probably change hers as well. Oh, I think she might have jumped the press command. Either that or she timed it really well. Let's wait and see.
Interesting. Yeah, she beat the
white
command.
lights.
Jury are looking.
The jury are having a look at the replay. And Anna Bergevaya.
The centre ref is discreetly looking over her shoulder to see if the jury are going to get involved.
I'm not seeing a lot of movement from them. Anna Bergevaya from Russia is now put 185. So to take back the world record and, of course, the gold medal.
I think if the Senate ref says you beat the command, then you beat the command, because they're the one who gave it.
It's certainly a tough one. 185 on the bar. This is not just for the world record. This is for the gold medal. We said these two would be battling it out.
Yeah.
And it's come down to half a kilogram. And
she's been looking really strong so far.
She's been absolutely on fire with her other lifts. I think she's got it.
Yeah, that looks
And
good
it's
lift.
clean, 3 white lights, the world record and the gold medal. What a fantastic way to finish the 63s, and what an amazing lift. We'll move right into the 72s now. Ryan Stinn. Rachel should have Rachel Steedman, Great Britain, 95 kilograms.
Yeah.
Opening at 95, medical student. Only been lifting 3 years, and here we are at the World Championships.
This is her first international.
And she is in fantastic company in this session. I think we'll probably see some world records nudged in this one as well.
Oh, that's a nice opener.
Great way to start.
That's a real nice confidence builder, isn't it?
So the world record is 186. And the Masters record is 165. And Stinn is opening at 185. Hammerstrom opening at 157.5. Could be looking for a crack at a Masters record. But right now, Adina Magyar from Hungary, 105. Oh, it's a bit messy, but let's have a look what the referees say.
Wave it a little bit, but did it go down?
Yeah, it looks like the referees say yes, it did.
I always think that's a grey area, you know.
It's a very difficult call and a very hard one for the referees.
Because they tend to get rolled up, so it's one side then the other.
Yeah, it's
so
quite difficult when
the
it
whole
does
of
come
the
up a
bar
little
go
bit
down.
unevenly. Yeah, exactly. Cornice Caldero, Puerto Rico, 115 kilograms. Nice touch. Smooth to the top.
That was nice and smooth, wasn't it? Nice easy touch.
Oh, well, she gets one red light there.
I think the South African centre ref, if there's any sort of like pause, then she don't like it.
Kimberley Cowell, Great Britain, one of your own, 117.5.
She's got a few internationals under her belt now.
And she seemed in very good spirits when I saw her not long before the start of competition.
Yeah, yeah.
She's having a bit of a laugh. Looks like she's having a good day. That should be a good lift.
That looked good.
And it is. It's always good to be feeling sort of relaxed and happy before you go out to lift.
Yeah, that's her
stressed.
mindset. I've never seen her looking stressed. It's good if you can get it like that. Not many lifters can.
Irina Vorobyova from the Ukraine. 140. And their equipped and classic team just seems to get stronger and stronger. Careful. 140 kilograms. Plenty of speed. It's a good lift.
That looked nice and strong, didn't it?
It's a very, very clean lift, that one. Catherine Zilbazan from Germany, 140.
I think we've got the German coaching team telling the TC where to stand rather than the other way around.
It's always, there's always some funny moments when your coaches are referees and officials, and some of your athletes are as well.
Yeah.
A little bit wobbly on the touch, but she straightens it out.
Did well to work that one out.
Yeah, got a little bit wobbly on the touch there. Somehow she managed to steady the bar before she pressed, so she gets it on the board. Jaja Kabieva from Kazakhstan, 145.
Giving instruction to the loading team there, telling them how she wants it. She's always quite key. You hear lifters complaining, didn't give me how I wanted it, and I'm like, well, did you tell him?
It's really important to take the time to talk to them. Yeah, and the guys are around a lot. You can talk to them beforehand and introduce yourself as well.
Yeah.
You know, they remember your face a bit more then.
Well, that was
wow,
crazy
that
strong.
was super
that was
fast.
Crazy strong.
If you blinked, you missed that one.
Yeah, if you notice the Russian girl that won in the last group, she actually came out beforehand and had a minute with a centre spotter, the loader guy.
It's a really important thing to do. They recognise your face, and these guys see 1,000 lifters this week.
Yeah.
So the more you can do to make their job a bit easier, it's going to work better for you.
And a good load can make all the difference.
So 157.5 now. Kumi Mizuguchi from Japan. $157.5. A little bit awkward on that lift.
Yeah, looked a little bit.
Not sure
A little
how
bit hard
go.
work there.
She gets 2 white lights. Andrea Hammerstrom from Sweden, 157.5. So the World Masters 1 record is 165. She's opening at 157.5. Is she thinking about giving it a bit of a nudge today?
TC just making sure that the shirt is in the correct legal position before she comes out.
Yeah, there's been a few athletes picked up for that. And as athletes and coaches, of course, we try to get everything we can out of something within the rules.
That's it.
And that's why the TC is there. Nice touch. Oh,
Now, did it go down? Centre ref doesn't like them.
Very, very hard to see,
it,
but she gets the 3 white lights.
Seen quite high on her chest.
Yeah, quite an interesting touch position for her setup. Tatiana Milnik, Ukraine, 167.5. fielding a solid team. And you can see Tatiana there just pointing to the position on her body where she wants the bar above. Gets it right up onto those shoulders.
Don't like the grip. Just the thumb.
Not happy with the grip position there.
Gonna struggle for time.
It's going to be very hard to get set up in time now.
Just needs to take it.
Gets it in there with 2 seconds to spare. Oh, great work under that pressure.
Wasn't that easy of the conditions to lift in, was it? 2 seconds to go.
2 seconds to spare. Gets us to, she had 10 seconds when she unracked.
Didn't seem to
Absolutely
phase her though.
Didn't seem to bother her at all. Maria Guinskaya from Russia, 175. $175 kilograms. Can she put some pressure on Stin today? Needs a quick press command. She was a bit awkward coming down and just not going to happen there today. She was a little bit offline coming down. You could see the bar twist a little bit and move a little bit and it shifted the whole body.
Once that bar starts to go, it's really, really difficult
Very
to
difficult to
regain
straighten it back
it.
out, isn't it? Ria Stin, Canada, 185. Just a hair's freckle underneath the world record. Plenty of experience. Some instructions from the sideline. $185. Gets the top. It was smooth, but boy, it was tougher than I was expecting for an opening lift.
It's quite often the negative, the lifting the equip, which seems to be the more difficult part of the lift, but the press itself looked really strong.
And she's got plenty of experience as well. Rachel Steedman, Great Britain, 105. This is fantastic. And this is her first international?
Correct, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
She's over the moon to be out. It
just shows what you can achieve with some dedication and some good training and good coaching. 3 years in this competing and she's at the World Championships. And that looked very good.
Yeah, that's nice. It's not only that, she puts a lot back in. She's very active within a division. I was at a competition not that long back where I was officiating. She lifted, and as soon as she lifted, she jumped straight on and started spotting and loading. So she's giving back to the sport as well.
That's fantastic to see, and that's one of the great things about powerlifting. If you look around to all the people that are part of this organisation, you know, they're lifting, they're refereeing, they're spotting, they're officials, they're coaching. Adina Magyar, Hungary, with 105. Oh, just a little bit slow on the side there. She's going to be disappointed with that. Missing her second lift. Caldero for Puerto Rico now. Looking at 122.5. And the chief referee there, Vicky from South Africa, just checking the load of the plates, making sure they're correct.
She does a very good job. Don't seem to change her expression, regardless what the situation is.
Very difficult to read.
Gets the job done.
122.5. And all the referees here do a great job communicating with the athletes as well. When you get called on a replacement, they'll stand up and tell you what it is that the problem is. So they want to see you succeed as well. And that was a very, very smooth lift.
Very consistent, yeah.
Looked exactly the same as her opener.
That's what I was going to say. Not much
No
difference
slower,
at all
no
with the
faster.
opener, yeah.
It's pretty much the same. 122.5 goes on the board then. So Kimberley Cowell from Great Britain, 125. Is this a personal best for her?
No. She achieved 127 at the Euros just 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
she might be looking at improving on that on a third.
So competed 3 weeks ago at the European Championships. It's a big competition load.
3 full power, 3 lift at the Euros, not that long ago.
And she's doing well to be here and hitting the numbers she wants, which is fantastic. Nice touch.
That looked good. That looked good to me.
Comes all the way to the top. She locks it out. She gets the 2 white lights, and that's enough to go on the board.
I think it's just that little rock if it
Yeah,
goes.
quite possibly. I think that's probably what the side referee saw. There was a little bit of a rock, and from that angle, that's what it looks like. So it really does often depend on the angle you're on.
Yeah. Everything's perception for the referee. So if that's what you saw, that's what you saw.
Irina Barabiova from the Ukraine now, 147.5. $147.5. Oh, and she just struggled with control at the top there.
Did she get an early signal?
Yeah, as you could see, she got to the top and then just got out of control. It just shifted off balance before she got the rack command. Right there, it shifts. Catherine Silverson from Germany, 147.5. So she opened at 140 with a good lift. Now looking at 147.5. Of course, Maria Stinn, who opened on 185, just put in a 190 for a second.
She might get
Oh,
close
she
a
gets
little
it
bit
to the
of butt
top.
lift.
Yeah, it's quite. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
Oh, no.
And she gets it on the board though.
Check the camera. Oh no, I'm seeing things.
Pretty good. Looks
That was
good.
my perception of it.
We all have a different angle.
That's it.
Jaja Kabieva from Kazakhstan.
I think this was the crazy fast press, if I remember rightly.
152.5. The 145 was pretty clean. Yeah, that was a pretty good lift, 152.5. She gets a 3 on the
A
board.
little bit more left.
Her right arm looked a lot stronger on that one. Kumi Misaguchi from Japan now at 160.
This is when they have to start thinking about medals.
Yeah, this is when you start really thinking where you're going to go.
Yeah.
How am I going to approach this? I mean, that bronze medal at the moment is up for grabs. So 160 on the bar. She struggled a lot with her first lift. She got it on the board, but it was messy on the last one, and that one just proving to be a little bit too heavy.
Got one white light. I don't know what that referee was looking at.
There's several buttons on the button box.
Yeah.
Andrea Hammarström from Sweden, 160 now.
Canadian must be very confident. Don't want to
She's
just
put in
add
a
to the world
massive
record.
one
It's
at
quite a
90.
big jump.
Maria Sten's going to be very, very hard to beat. So her last lift, she set up, replaced, had 10 seconds. Ah, she got great speed off the chest and she hesitated ever so slightly, and that's cost her. You could just see the hesitation there.
It's just a transition from the shirt.
It's a
And
really
all of a sudden the
difficult
shirt
point.
runs out, and you have
And
to
it's
keep that
so
transition
much.
as smooth as possible.
When you power off that chest, you just have to really explode yourself and chase it down and keep that momentum going. Maria.
Sometimes I think the lifters get a little bit surprised about how quick it comes off the chest.
And of course, when we're moving into our second and third lifts, these are lifts that we've not done before.
No.
These are often numbers you've never hit before, so it can be a little bit surprising. So 175 for Maria Gunskaya from Russia. She missed this on her opening lift. She's opening well above her personal best. And she's already had some problems there.
That's unfortunate.
She's just got a few issues with that shirt.
Yeah,
She
that's the
got
thing. It's
out of
not
control on
all
the
right
last
for
one.
her, is it? You can tell.
On her first lift, she got out of control at the bottom. On the second lift, you could see she just wasn't able to work that shirt through. It could be quite a new shirt too. So 177.5. Tatiana Melnik from Ukraine. One very, very powerful lifter. But today, up against Ria Sten, on any given day, this would be the sort of number that would give you a gold medal.
Yeah, quite comfortably. Standards are getting higher and higher.
And she gets the rack command, looks easy. 3 white lights.
So you can tell her experience showing through there. 16 years competing. She gets the command. She's not ready to go.
Yeah, just takes
Just
her time,
settles herself
waits
down
until she's
Yeah.
ready. Ria Sten, 190 kilograms on the bar. We want to give the world record an absolute thumping. So we're not just going to give it a nudge. We're going to take it to the curb and kick it out the door.
That's it. She's achieved this, though. This is a personal best, so she's done it before.
You know, and
She's probably done it at a
she's
local
an
meet.
experienced lifter, experienced coach there as well. I don't imagine they're going to put a number on their second there that's completely out of reach.
No.
Oh, absolutely superb.
And you can see how important the coach stroke handler in the corner there, giving her the verbal cues.
And they have it worked out absolutely perfect.
They've drilled that.
Yeah. They have the added advantage of being husband and wife as well.
All right, okay. We've had a conversation before.
Well, that can be an added advantage or a disadvantage at times.
Whichever way you want to look at it.
Depends on how well her lift goes.
That's it.
So we're back around to the start of the round. I'm really waiting to see what Rhea puts in for a third. And Melnick has decided she wants a crack at this record as well. She's put in 190.5.
Yeah. Well, she's gone 200 the Canadian. I wonder if she's going to stick with that.
So Adina Magyar from Hungary now. 105.
Needs this to stay in.
Yeah, has had a lot of trouble here.
She's not comfortable on the negative.
You can see,
she's done a lot better there, though.
Muscled that one. Pure determination.
Yeah,
She
well
gets
done.
it on the board and stays alive and gets the points there. Well done. So Rachel Steedman, 112.5.
I think this will be a PB for her.
Great to see these ladies doing so well. And great to see her doing so well at first international competition. That is absolutely outstanding.
I believe Rachel's got a family in the crowd and a boyfriend in the corner as well, cheering her on.
It's you know, it's tough to come to an international event like this for your first international. You walk out on that platform, there's referees, there's a crowd, there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
There's commentators.
Come on, Rachel.
Muscle it up. She's working it all the way to the top, but
Oh,
just
that's
couldn't quite get there. But she gave it everything she had.
Yeah, everything on the table there.
And she never quit on that. Kimberley Cowell now from Great Britain, 130.
This will be a PB for her.
Absolutely fantastic. So she hit a 127.5, you said, at the European National.
Just 3 weeks ago.
And now looking at 130 3 weeks later. Wow, what an athlete. Drives it hard. I think she's got it.
Looks strong. That'll be good for her.
Wow, 3 wide lights. What a great way to finish. And she is ecstatic.
That's good. 3 weeks out from a competition,
That's
international
very,
level.
Very impressive. Great training, great nutrition, great coaching. Caldero, Puerto Rico. Haven't seen a lot of athletes from Puerto Rico this week. It's the first one. I believe this is the first athlete from Puerto Rico this week. Absolutely fantastic to see so many nations competing here this week. With the IPF hitting almost 120 nations now. Just keeps growing. Following a great bar path, and she's stuck with that bar path as well. You got 130. She gets it on the board, and that's a competition personal best for her. Nice way to come from Puerto Rico to Japan to finish on 3 lifts and a personal best. Irina.
Very, very similar lifts as well.
Yeah, she followed that
a little
bar
bit more
path
effort each
just
time.
Right, all the way through, never changed. We talk about that so much in powerlifting, the bar path. Irina, that'll be over from the Ukraine now. Wants 157.5, well above her best lift. Just trying to get the bar exactly where she wants it. it's just a little bit too much.
It could also be a big ask. I always ask for 3 the side spotters as well to hand out, because when you want it that far out,
It's a
the
long
centre
way
spot,
out.
you can't
And
hold this weight out.
Yeah, with some of the, especially some of the female lifters with their setup, they do have the bar a long way out.
Yeah.
It is really hard to handle 160 kilos all the way
Strong
out.
guy there, world record holder,
Yeah,
and he's struggling to give it them where they want it.
So 160 on the bar now. Mizuguchi from Japan. $160 kilos. She missed this on a second. Her opening lift was a little bit messy. In the second, was just never looking like it was going to happen. Unless they've made some big adjustments. And she just couldn't quite get the lockout. And I think that's got a lot to do with the way that she sets up on her grip. She's finding it very difficult to really extend in that transition.
I think all 3 referees saw something completely different on that one.
Yadya Kavieva from Kazakhstan. And they've had a fantastic week, Kazakhstan.
Yeah, very good benching nation.
Number of sessions they have absolutely cleaned up. They were here to hunt medals, and that's just what they did. So this lift will move her temporarily into the bronze medal. Now she gets it to the top. It'll be interesting to see the referee's decision here. And she gets the 2 white lights, and that's enough.
Gets to the lift. Again, not so smooth. Centre ref doesn't like that.
Catherine Zilbazan. Sorry, Andrea Hammerstrom. We've had a bit of a change in the order.
Same weight, just different rack height, I think.
Andrea Hammerstrom, 160. She says, I'd like to have a crack at the bronze medal too, please.
Well, she's the lightest girl there, so.
And she has it.
She's the lightest girl so far, going for the 160.
She has the advantage of only having to match the other lifters. The disadvantage is being a couple of kilos lighter is giving away a little bit. Not a whole lot though. I think she's going to struggle with that one. And that's a no lift, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
So Catherine Zilbazan now. So she changed her lift to 162.5. So
With
she
her
can
being
go after that bronze. She's a fraction lighter.
I think she's slightly heavier than Kazakhstan.
Sorry, she's a fraction heavier than Kazakhstan, so she's got to outlift her.
Yeah.
So 162.5. Well above her previous best ever lift. Only been competing for 4 years, and here we are, the World Championships. We're looking at the podium. There's the touch.
Ooh.
And good work from the spotters there. They got on that very, very quickly.
I think she was quite happy they came.
I think they were very happy they came. She was very happy with that. We have safety bars there, so the athletes are always safe. Now 175, Maria Lunskaya from Russia has found herself in all sorts of trouble. She came in today as a favorite to win a medal, and now she's just struggling to stay alive. if she can get this on the board, she
then
goes
it does
straight
jump her
into
straight
bronze.
in the bronze, yeah.
But she has had all sorts of problems. Just hasn't looked comfortable in that shirt.
It looks very tight on the setup there already, doesn't it?
In the first lift, she just couldn't control it down. The second lift, it just kept bouncing on her, and let's hope they've got it right on this one. That looks better.
Ooh, did she beat that commando?
I think she timed it perfectly, and she gets it on the board.
The centre ref says you beat the command, you beat the command.
I think she timed it perfectly.
Oh, she timed it perfectly, one of the two.
Well, she saved her skin though, and managed to get herself up in that bronze medal position. And the difference in that lift with the shirt though,
yeah,
it was completely
they did a bit of
control.
tweaking backstage, I think.
Very, very different. World record right now, 190.5. Tatiana Melnik from the Ukraine has said, you know what? I'd like to have a crack at this record as well. Thank you. If you can do it, I can do it.
I'm sure the Canadians are sat nearby to put a change in just to secure the win, depending on the outcome of this lift.
I'm surprised he's not standing there with his head through the door. Oh, that was fast.
Very strong. Very strong.
I blinked. What happened?
Canadians are in with a change again.
I imagine, yeah, 191. I thought they'd just chip it. Not willing to take any risks on that gold medal. So now we'll have a second world record attempt. Tatiana Melnik just broke it at 190.5. So Ria Stin now wants it back at 191 and the gold medal. Now if she misses this, Tatiana Melnik takes the world record and the gold medal. 191.
She's been looking very strong up to now, so
yeah, her opening two lifts
she looks as though
fantastic.
she's got more than 1K left in her on the last lift.
Yeah, after watching a 190, I can't imagine 1K being the straw that breaks the camel's back.
It's all down to her energy levels now, I think. Strength's definitely there.
Oh, she's having to work. She had to work for it though. It looks good, and it is. And she takes the world record back and the gold medal. So Ria Stin with the gold medal and the world record. Tatiana Melnik with the silver medal and held the world record for a couple of minutes there. And Dubinskaya from Russia just saving her skin and gets in there on her last lift with the bronze medal. Thank you so much for joining us in the commentary box.
No problem, my pleasure.
And don't go far away. We'll be right back with the medal ceremony and then back again this evening with even more action.
in the under 72 kilo class. In third place, from Russia, Lubinskaya Maria, 175 kilos. In second place, from Ukraine, Melvin Tatiana, 190.5 kilos.